Hello, everyone, and welcome to the US session brief. We're also going to be covering the crypto markets in today's US session brief. So let's get to it. Firstly, Elon Musk, Twitter, billionaire entrepreneur, we should know him by now, has agreed to buy Twitter. That's Mr. Elon Musk for 44 billion US dollars. Investors will get $54.20 for each share they own, a 38% premium to the stock's close on April the 1st, the day before Musk disclosed a large stake in the company. Musk said the social network has tremendous potential and he looks forward to unlocking it. Amazon's Jeff Bezos, meanwhile, suggested the deal might make life difficult for Tesla in China. Not too sure if Mr. Bezos is trolling Mr. Musk already, seeing as though Elon Musk's part of his agenda with purchasing Twitter is to encourage free speech, which he believes Twitter have been not too good at in recent times. What else have we got going on in the world? Of course, quite a lot. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov warned there's a serious risk of a nuclear war over in Ukraine, even though the Kremlin is willing to talk to the US to try and resolve the confrontation. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky called on citizens to do everything to make the presence of Russian troops on their homeland unbearable, declaring that Moscow won't win the war. A little bit on value stocks, those that look cheap, of course, relative to the firm's financial performance. They're set to outperform growth stocks for the rest of 2022, according to more than 70% of respondents to Bloomberg's recent survey. This would mark a shift as value stocks have famously underperformed since the great financial crisis, but as bond yields rise, growth stocks such as tech, which are highly correlated to long-dated maturities, become less desirable. Let's take a look at how all of that mentioned has been moving markets so far today. You've seen the continued strength in the US dollar across to the likes of the euro, to the pound. Interestingly, the Aussie dollar was moving up earlier on today, albeit it has just taken a knockback over the past few hours. But you can see the cable taking out yesterday's low, putting in another potential lower close today. Same with the euro, not looking too pretty at all in those European currencies. Heading into the US, we can see the Nasdaq finding a bounce yesterday around the 13,300 handle, just about holding on to there so far today, albeit we are turning to the south in trade so far in futures. Interestingly, the dollar yen, as bond yields started to come off a touch yesterday, hence you saw the Nasdaq rally. You saw a little bit of a pullback in the US dollar yen, which has been looking for any reason really to stop, see a pause to the enormous run and rally that we've had. And that turnaround in yields yesterday is just causing the dollar yen to pull back itself slightly too, with a 127 handle to the downside now looking more likely. We got crude here. Crude has been, of course, mean reverting around that 100 handle for quite some time, putting some pretty significant lower highs since that high around 130 post invasion. One swing high at 118.25, another one here at 109, potentially another one there at 105. Again, if they can't reach the 103.85 handle, it might be around this 100 area. So you might see a bit of consolidation around 100 before putting in another lower high, and then it's going to get to the pointy end of what looks like a pretty interesting looking triangle. Which way would we be breaking next? You got big support in this area of around 93.50, and then of course you're going to have the resistance of the trend line overhead coming in from them highs. Do we break onwards and upwards into the 107.85 region, or are we going to see a big break to the downside into the sub 90s? S&P, likewise, the Nasdaq had a nice solid bid yesterday. We've got some important earnings coming up today. Let me just see which ones we've got. We've got several large companies, in fact. We've got Alphabet, Microsoft, Visa, UPS, General Motors, and Texas Instruments, PepsiCo as well. We've also got a bond auction including $48 billion of 2-year Treasury notes, and that is around the early afternoon US Eastern Time. Cryptos, I said I'd cover the crypto markets as well. There's no major news to share as such, but we have been seeing a bit of a bid yesterday in cryptos. I just posted inside the crypto chat room though. Interesting area here on Ethereum in particular. Watching this 3,000 handle very, very closely because you've seen several lower highs since that high around 35 3600. Lower high, you got the potential here at 3,000, round number, psychological handle of putting in another one. And so far, the trade yesterday with a break high close below and a break high moving below again today suggests we could be seeing from downside from here and a move down into 28.15 to retest that current weekly low could be on the cards. Really nice bounce though yesterday off one of our intraday levels there. Ripple very much shaping up to the downside. Trend line, ascending trend line broken. It now looks set to be taking its next direction downwards. We're now trading below that 70 cents handle. You can see the rejection off the daily bar today, pretty much at that 70 cents region, right on the money in fact, and now ticking lower. The longer that we remain below 70 cents, the more justification for a continued move lower into at least 61.77. Bitcoin catching a bid though, and the reason for that is probably because we've come right into the bottom of this up channel that we've been discussing. So you got the channel bottom, pretty much if I was to extend that out, I just haven't done yet, but you can see here we've come into that yesterday, solid bounce. Today they're trying to take out that previous daily high, haven't been able to see a proper follow through yet, but if they can, then we've got that 50-day moving average at around 42 overhead. Last but not least, let's take a look at Litecoin, which is also seeing quite a lot of green recently, quite interestingly, albeit yesterday, that daily bar once again touching one of our key levels down at 93. So that 93 handle coming in and providing some really solid support so far today, pushing into the green, looking to get above 105. But as you can see, the top of the daily bar from yesterday and of today, just finding some resistance at 105. And if it continues to do so, perhaps we're going to continue to see a move to the downside, despite all of this green on the chart, and a move down into 93 again to retest that area could be more important from here. That's it from my end. I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care and bye for now.